Alright, let's just get going. Facebook Live isn't gonna work. Couldn't figure out how to do it. Whatever. Good riddance. Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube will serve me just fine. I'm gonna try something a bit different. You know, I named myself the centrist because I want what I do to not just have a gaming context, not just be a gamer, but have like a political and maybe even a philosophical drive to it and a beat to it. And I've sort of thought about that, and I've realized that if I do political stuff, it won't be on this page. It'll be somewhere else, right? Maybe I'll make, just politics streams. Maybe I'll do just chatting. Who knows? So these videos, especially because I end up deleting a bunch of them, should not really be the place for that kind of content, right? But I want them to have some sort of extra curricular content, if that makes sense, to go into something else that's relevant-ish. So I've decided to work off of the games themselves and to address sort of philosophical concepts within the games and point out things in the story, things in the plot that you wouldn't naturally think of. I think that's valuable, right? To sort of go beyond the surface layer that people talk about, right? Because you can say whatever you want about The Last Jedi. Oh, the choreography is bad. Okay, fine. But, it doesn't really matter if the choreography is bad or very good. They're like toppings on a cake. And if the cake is good, then it doesn't really matter how bad the toppings are. Right? If the toppings look a little funny. Well, whatever, who cares? If the cake is good, the cake's good. So I sort of want to do that with the different games I play and take a look into some of the deeper issues that the game presents. Because I think that people tend to just zip right by those and not really consider the assumptions that go into these games. So I want to try to do that for this game. Take a look at the philosophy and lore behind it. And
listen, I don't want to upset your rhythm, Cal, but the boss wants a word.
Maybe gain a better understanding of what the game is really as a whole.
It'll be good for us. Here he is, Chief.
An error has been detected on line 10A. All our clamps are jammed. I need 2 workers to climb up and secure the cables.
That's not an easy maneuver.
The guild will double your pay for this shift.
Come on, Cal. What's our score? That couldn't hurt. Huh?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
This is our first look at Cal.
This way.
I'm right behind you.
And he's not the energetic one, right? That's sort of an interesting look. He seems a little weary, a little bored. You got here Pravd running, either because he's excited to do the job, or more likely really excited to do
Don't worry about it.
to get the pay you get for double shifts, but Cal doesn't seem to care too much.
Will you look at that? A separatist ship. Haven't seen a Luke or Hulk in ages.
Yeah. Ages.
Breaking her will be big money. All right, let's go.
There's a sense of pride in Prav's body language, don't you think? Of that this is sort of his passion, that he really loves doing this sort of thing. And apparently he likes money as well, you know.
Look out! Hands up! What the hell?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Ladder's out, though. You're gonna have to find another way.
Yeah, no problem. I'll improvise.
See you there, pal.
He makes this, like, sweeping gesture out over this landscape, which is very impressive, but...
Depart this barge immediately. You are not approved trash.
You trash, just not approved trash.
He looks out and what he sees makes him happier, right? You could almost say that Prav's calling is right here doing this sort of work.
Easy there.
Just passing through.
Hurry up. We're close to finishing ahead of schedule. I can just about taste the credits. It's gonna be a wild night. Let's get this job done.
Reckless cow.
Good to see you.
You too. Don't get yourself killed.
That's the idea.
Think about, you don't know this yet, but think about where Cal comes from, right? He's a Jedi, he was serving on one of these ships.
Sounds like scrap rats. Creepy. Just passing through, guys.
And
I need to come out and say hi this time.
And at the start of the game, you see him still here. And he's basically crawling around the destroyed corpse of his previous life.
Hey, Cal, I'll meet you at the clamps.
Sounds good. Be there soon.
Tearing it down, throwing it away for scrap, and repeating with every single Venator ship that gets brought here.
Whoa.
How'd you get here?
How'd you get here?
Huh?
Look, the ship cutter is here. There it goes. Hey, we should get moving. Yep, good looking out. Hurry, we gotta finish before they start cutting this wing.
Cal, use the manual override lever below.
Got it. Your turn.
Hold on. All right, clamp secured.
The next conversation is quite revealing,
Still here.
Give me a fright there, pal.
because it shows how Cal has
Hang on.
no real plans to leave this place. He doesn't really have a driving desire to go anywhere.
Come take a look at this. It's a Jedi fighter. What a score! It's a real scrapper's payday. I mean, this thing's been here, what, 4 years?
5.
Whoever flew this went down in a blaze of glory. Those Jedi. Real tragedy. Yeah, I've always said they couldn't all be traitors.
Yeah, maybe.
Guess it's just our lucky day. Empire's gonna get a lot of good material out of it. Yeah, here we are, scrapping these ships from the war just so they can turn around and make new ones. What a racket, huh? All of us risking our necks for the bosses. And the pay was better back during the Republic, too.
Hey, you really should watch what you say.
Listen to me. Find us feel like this, could be your ticket off this soggy rock.
What makes you think I want out of here?
Come on, Cal, you're a young guy. You don't end up like me. Eventually, you gotta move on and live your life. Find your destiny.
Whatever you say. Hey, we should get back down.
You're not listening to me. What was that?
And now, the random event that shoves the hero out of his apathetic state and forces him to... and sort of pushes him out into the open. Dang it, I've got to find, I forget who. Dan Harmon's story. What's the name of that? I'm gonna look that up. Because this has a name for it.
Prof, you okay?
Cal! I can't climb up!
Prof, just hang on.
Here we go. Dan Harmon's story circle.
No, don't let go.
And this is...
Prof, no!
And this is very closely related to the idea of the hero's journey, which Dan Harmon tries to expound on.
You okay, bro?
I'm all right. Just pin down.
Pilot's gone. I'll get us out of here. Just hang on.
Watch out, Cal!
Look out! This thing is barely flying. Hold on! Prof, you all right?
Yeah. Okay,
We gotta move. Come on.
Hell happened. What was that back there? Was that you? What, that was the Force, wasn't it?
Just forget what you saw, okay? Please
No,
trust me.
but I've seen the stories. I've heard it.
Prof,
Bounties out on people
I
like
know.
you.
I know.
Yeah, we're ready. We need to be careful. Yeah.
You know what? The story circle by Dan Harmon might not be the best example, because the story circle as laid out by Harmon is created specifically to turn the hero's journey into a cyclical episodic structure, right? Which isn't really this game, so it might just be better to find the straight up hero's journey. Which, by the way, there are only two kinds of stories,
Good.
right?
You?
Yeah.
And technically, I guess you can say only one kind of story if you believe in the hero's journey, fully, literally.
I've been working with you some time now.
I've always liked the two
Never
story
seen
aspects.
anything like that before.
Hero takes a journey,
We've been through some
the hero's journey, and two being stranger comes to town.
So, I know the risk that you took for me. I don't know how to repay you.
Don't mention it. I mean it.
You don't have to worry about me. But this place, it's not safe. Maybe you should, disappear.
Just gotta head back to my place, grab my bag. Tappers owes me a favor.
I heard he was up on Mel Shadella.
Yeah. You won't be seeing me for a while, Prof.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Cal.
So where we start the story is with Campbell's call to adventure, right? You begin in a situation of normalcy, just a regular life, in fact, a regular person, Cal is, right? And then you receive a call to the unknown. This call can be him deciding to go off into the unknown, right? That's somewhat similar to Luke. Sort of Luke wants to go into the unknown and receives a push at the end, but he definitely wanted to do it anyway. And here Cal is firmly wanting to stick around, and he's now receiving his call in this case, a literal push. As you're about to find out, a literal push off a cliff into the unknown, right? And the unknown is scary, and maybe you have some idea of what it is, but you don't really know.
Where are you going?
By the way, for story building, having vision sequences has been like a tradition in stories for literally thousands of years, right? And unlike in the Arkham series, where every time they want a vision sequence, they literally have to poison Batman, they're able to get that in here very easily because the Force just shows you visions whenever, you know? Or whenever the plot demands might be a better way of looking at it.
Apprentice, mark well and listen.
Master.
Trust only in the Force.
Train has stopped.
Yeah, something's going on.
Everybody up. Identification ready. Move out and line up.
Probably just another contraband inspection.
Take a look at the ships here that are used, right? The Nine Sister is big, intimidating, very arrogant, and has this massive big ship to take her places in so that she looks very intimidating, right? The Second Sister, far more sleek, and there's a statement of efficiency made by the TIE Interceptor, right? She doesn't care how scary it looks or how intimidating. She wants the fastest possible ship, the most efficient ship available,
A dangerous fugitive.
which is a statement in and of itself.
An anarchist, but a devotee of the treasonous Jedi Order.
The Nine Sister feels like she has to look
Failure to
intimidating.
turn over this traitor.
The Second Sister is
will result
intimidating,
in a
and thus she
trial
doesn't need
expedition.
to act like she is.
Turn yourself in.
It's a great
or
distinction.
Everyone present shall face summary execution.
I think it's time someone came forward. I've been working on this heap a long time. Way before the war. We refit and rebuilt ships. Best in the galaxy. Then came the Empire. And engineers became scrappers. The workers, they just started getting worked.
Ralph.
We all know the truth. We're just too afraid to say it. To the Empire, we're all just expendable.
Yes, you are.
No!
Look at this. A lightsaber.
I found the Jedi!
Taking out the disturbance.
Oh, that hurts.
Hold it. Don't move. How'd you get here?
Easy now.
Got a stowaway.
Hey, you don't need to call this in.
Quiet. This is TK-8190. Repeat, did you say Jedi? Enemy!
Parav's speech is sort of interesting to me.
The comms?
I'm not completely sure that's what they originally intended. It's sort of okay, I guess. I just don't think the speech makes a whole lot of sense. So we've already passed stage 1 of the hero's journey. We already met Cal. We already got the call to adventure, which was him feeling like he had to leave the normalcy. And now we just finished passing number 3, which is the hero refuses the call. In this case, by Cal saying, I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go hide on Nar Shaddaa or Nar Shaddaa, and then I'm gonna be fine. And as he immediately finds out, that's not gonna be possible. Hiding is no longer an option that he can safely get away with. Correct. So we are now on step 3 of the story circle. And moving to step 4, which will happen in about 5 minutes, I want to say? Yeah, maybe a little less. Dang it, I'm on the edge. Okay, that's fine. I try not to go too far to the edge, because if you kill someone in the cinematic way, one of the ways you can do that, and it's random, is by rolling over their back and then killing them with an upswing. But that displaces you by like 3 or 4 feet, so if you happen to be on the edge of a cliff when you do that, there's a chance that you'll actually roll over the enemy's back and off the cliff. So that's one thing you want to avoid. Alright, really good timing there.
Faster.
In order to not get hit in the building or in the train car, you want to roll right there.
He shot the coupling out. Ah! Ah!
Get up there.
Whoa! This is bad. Only way is up.
Step 4, meeting the mentor.
Who are you?
No time! Keep moving! We'll pick you up when we can!
I suppose technically he hasn't met her yet, but that is Seer, who is going to be the mentor and then the driving force behind Cal's new mission. Her mission becomes his own, and thus gives him, and in his line of thinking, Prav's death, a certain aspect of meaning. But I'm not quite there yet. And
I'll take him down. I'm stepping back.
dang it. Get Rex. Shoot again, please. There we go.
I won't let you win, traitor.
What now? Train stuff? No, this can't be good.
Unfortunately, the Ninth Sister appears to be unaware that one of the gifts the Force gives you is the ability to survive any fall from any height, no matter what the circumstance. No Jedi or Sith has ever been killed by falling, apparently.
Hold on!
It's literally impossible, apparently, in Star Wars, to die from falling off a high object. You'll always find something to fall onto or catch or God knows how Darth Maul did it, but who knows? Stylish. I like it.
I recognize that stance. Perhaps you've had some training after all. Who's your master, Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps? What Jedi gave their life so that you might live?
Alright. Parry. So, you go. Hit, hit, force stop, hit, hit. And that's going to give you 4 connections in a combination. If you do 3, you can hit her twice, but she will always, whoa, what was that? Whoa.
Do not test my patience.
If you do 3, she'll always roll back on the 3rd. So, doing the force stop interrupts her roll away and lets you get more damage in. For whatever reason, when making this game, the developers decided that they hated the idea of a 3-strike lightsaber combo and built their game around making it bad.
Get on board!
Okay, shut that thing off and grab some seat.
Thanks for the help. But who are you people?
My name is Seer Junda, and this is my captain, Grease Dritus.
How you doing? Yeah, the Mantis is my ship, but you better pay attention to this lady here.
So, who are you?
Cal. Kestis. Who was that back there?
An Imperial Inquisitor. She's a Force user hunting Jedi survivors. And now that she knows who you are, she will not stop until she destroys you.
How do you know so much? And why'd you help me?
We track Imperial communications. We heard the Inquisitors were heading to Braca, so we made our move.
Oh, yeah? And what's the bounty on Jedi these days anyway?
That's gratitude for you.
Look, I get it. You've been surviving on your own for so long that it's impossible to trust anyone. And it's what's kept you alive. But this is about something bigger than just surviving.
Like what?
Like rebuilding the Jedi Order.
You too. Anybody else?
Oh, we're not good enough for you?
The Jedi Council?
They're gone.
So I'm all you've got.
Captain, set a course for Bogano.
Aye, aye.
In the meantime, try and relax. Go, you're safe. For now.
You gotta move on and live your life. Find your destiny. Calico! You were talking in your sleep. Weirdo.
Seer is going to serve in the mentor role for the rest of the game, really. And the rest of the story.
Breeze?
Not now. I got work to do.
And here's where you learn a bit more of backstory, which is necessary, by the way. You should be building backstory in a story, in whatever type of story you're telling. You should be building the character development into it by this point. But Cal is still thinking about things. He hasn't accepted the new mission as his own yet. That'll come on Bogano in a little bit.
That's all. I wrote it. Years ago. You touch an object and witness events connected to it. You feel its history.
It's an echo in the Force from the object.
Not many Jedi have that skill.
How would you know that?
I was once a Jedi, but not anymore.
Do I know you?
No. But I knew your master, Jaro Tapal. He was a true guardian of the Republic.
He was a hero. Listen. Something happened to me during the Purge. I survived, but my connection to the Force is damaged. When I meditate, if I let my guard down, I lose control. And it's like I'm back in that moment when...
You survived, Cal. And you're not alone. Not anymore.
We're coming up on our destination.
This is Bogano. A Jedi I knew discovered it before the Purge. You won't find it on any maps.
The Empire doesn't know this place exists.
No.
So, what's the plan? Will you hide out here?
We're done hiding, Cal. See that structure over there? I believe that vault holds the key to rebuilding the Jedi Order. But it requires someone strong in the Force to pass its test.
And since you're not a Jedi anymore, that's why you need me.
I know you don't trust me. And I'm not really sure I trust you. But we have a common enemy. And a common cause. I'll share more of my plan after you reach the vault. But until then, there's someone here I think you should meet. May the Force be with you.
Guess I'm looking for a Jedi then. But if there's already one here, why does Seer need me?
Here's where we meet
Looks like a safe place to meditate. Just need to focus my mind.
the side character in every Star Wars film or show ever, the cute sidekick. Most of the time a robot. I'm gonna buy overhead slash here. I'm not sure how much to talk about the specifics of the game. I guess I will at some points. Anything that I think is actually worth telling.
Hey, BD1. I'm Cal. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking for someone. No, not you. I'm searching for a Jedi, I think. Hold on. You know the Jedi? What do you know? Wait, hold on. Did you just slice that? Thanks.
I would actually still interpret Pagano as part of the departure stage.
It's the vault Seer mentioned. Whoever I'm supposed to find must be waiting there.
Now that I've met the mentor, we're just about to end up at stage number 5, which is called Crossing the First Threshold. And so that's the idea where the hero truly commits himself to the mission, to the goal, and at that point is actually prepared to not, you know, do the final stuff, but to set out on the journey, right? And that'll happen, if I had to pinpoint the moment, and I would love to have, I mean, I think every story ever told should have the author try to confirm where they placed some of these things. But I think that if there's a point, it's probably when Cal sees the message in the vault. And that's when he truly decides that the mission will be his own.
Any ideas? Gotta get across this gap somehow. A zip line? Whoa! How'd you know that would work? Wait, you didn't? Careful over there. That doesn't look safe. Just like back at the scrapyard. Hold on, B1. I'm coming.
Throughout the game, since this is a 100% run, I'll be getting all Force echoes like this, all the pieces of lore that the game has to offer.
This room for storage. They kept food and supplies.
All chests, all data points, all tactical scans, everything.
Hey, that was pretty brave. You okay? Wait, I can help you with that. Will you let me? Oh, okay. Well, your scomplink is busted, but this should help you get moving for now. Okay, try that. The vault. Yeah, that's where I was headed to. Okay, well, first we gotta figure out a way out of this place. BD, that's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out.
There was obviously an intentional decision
This should work.
to make BD1 resemble a puppy in the way
Those vines look like they lead somewhere.
he sort of behaves,
They're sturdy.
his body movements, all that.
Yeah, I'm all right. Healing stem. They're full of surprises. That's better. Thanks, little droid. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Here, hop on board. So, how'd you get here?
Notice in the chapters, you start with the emblem on the left here really, really fragmented. But as the chapters will progress, you'll see that they come closer and closer together.
I've never known a forgetful droid.
Until I believe in the end, in chapter 9, you have the fully constructed symbol of the Republic.
Think the Jedi would mind if we grab supplies? So what was in there? That's where we need to go. I can feel it.
I'm gonna kill some bugs back here for XP. And also because I need to
really
practice
good
against these guys. Ugh.
You mapped everywhere we've been. I can't make it over there. We gotta find another way.
As I get cosmetics in the game, I will equip them.
Something was in there.
Just to show what they are. Although at the end of the game I will be wearing my favorite cosmetics.
This tool was used by someone eager to reach the vault.
That chime you heard was a notification I have on Discord. Oh, I got the scan in before the bog rat fell off the edge.
Run for it!
Very nice. Ooh. That one came on a little faster than I thought he would. Ooh. Here we have a resident Ogdo, I believe. I wondered why he wasn't jumping. There we go. Excuse me. Thank you. If at any point you want to stop any of the lore, take a look at it. I believe this is a recording, right? Otherwise, well, if you're watching it live, you won't be able to see it. But if you're watching it on the recording, then pause the lore at any point if you're interested in reading any of it.
Scanning again? Something in there?
Try again.
It's difficult, Master.
Yes, the path is difficult. It may seem impossible, but with persistence and the Force as your ally, you will overcome any obstacle. You will master any path. Now, do what you must to reach me.
I think the flashbacks are a really clever way to learn Force abilities.
Good. Now, reach my position.
I did it. Persistence and the Force is my ally. Just remembering old tricks. Think you can show me that shortcut again?
Gonna pick up one or two secrets here.
This area was used for meditation by someone familiar with the Jedi Order. Whoever owned this bag brought it from Coruscant. They were frustrated with the Jedi Council. Hey! Something was in there.
If you go too far to the edge of the platform, you can actually be squished on this roof right here. So, sort of be aware of that. I want them to come close to the edge. There we go.
Someone made camp here. They were excited to discover a giant creature that lives close by. A binog, they called it.
From the right.
Can you slice this? Sorry about your scoffing. But standing up to that bog rat? Pretty brave.
That is the binog. Hello.
The creature seems so at home here. Protector of Bogana. I thought that was you.
And we're about to get the first, we're about to meet Master Eno Cordova for the first time. And he's going to sort of be the final impetus we need to embark on a quest.
Oh, it's on.
And follow the goals of Seer.
We're not finished yet. Okay, he probably would have won. Probably. Well done.
This might be, I guess, the most literal part of Step 5, which is crossing the first threshold.
Amazing.
But the story Cal goes through is as much a spiritual one as any practical journey that he takes.
You alright, BD?
Well done, whoever you are. You have passed the test I left behind, and gained access to the vault and this recording, one of many encrypted logs stored in the droid. I am Master Eno Cordova. I may not know your name, but I know your purpose. The fate of the Jedi Order lies in your hands. This place, this vault, is a sacred temple, built by a vanished civilization known as the Zepho. Meditating here, I was granted a premonition through the Force, a vision of doom. I have placed inside this vault a Jedi holocron, containing a list of the names and locations of young Force sensitives throughout the galaxy.
The MacGuffin.
Ahead, you will find the inner chamber of the vault, but also another test. I can only trust this holocron to someone who has followed my path and understands. Seek out the hidden tombs of the three sages and learn to perceive the mysteries of the Force as the Zepho once did. In this droid, you will find everything you need to succeed on this journey. Go to the Zepho homeworld. There, you will find peace in the eye of the storm. Good luck, Jedi. And may the Force be with you.
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet. You know, I've been alone for a while now. Without any purpose, just hiding. There's no way to live. Not for a Jedi. Or a droid. Maybe Seer was right. Maybe we're done hiding. Hey, you want to meet some, friends of mine?
And now we've crossed the first threshold. The next step will be
I think I found what you wanted me to see.
tests, allies, and enemies.
Sounds like you did. We'll be waiting.
This would be one of the longest. This is the longest section of the story, generally speaking. And this is where, in the course of my journey, I encounter tests, I meet new enemies, and I forge allies. Spoken really briefly, in which the hero faces new challenges and gets a squad. Ooh. Nice. That might actually be the best way to look at it. And so this is going to run for me all the way till... what's a good way? I'm not sure. Give me a second.
I'll check it out.
My friend, it appears the Zepho had some interest in Dathomir. Strange. For such a peaceful culture to have any sort of fascination with a place so dark.
be a lot quicker than the way in.
I would say the step I'm thinking of is called Approach the Inmost Cave, because the climax of the story, or really at least the emotional climax, right, of the journey is the Inmost Cave, which is when the hero's at his darkest moment. If I had to identify when that would be for Cal,
making a new friend.
It's probably the cave on Ilum, right? That's sort of what I want to say. And that's not gonna happen for a long time. But I would say the approach to the Inmost Cave would be the moment of despair when he breaks his lightsaber on Dathomir. So obviously there's quite a few hours in between now and then. So I'll pause with my interpretation of the hero's journey as it relates to this game for a while.
It was after boggling eggs and the pack fought back.
So I guess this is a good point while I'm doing some backtracking to get some additional secrets before I leave. A good point to explain why I'm doing this, right? Or what kind of run this is.
Can you carry more? Thanks, BD1.
So to all the runs that I do, I have 3 qualifiers, right? And they can all be summed up by the most general explanation of it, which is I want to beat the game the way the developers intended it to be beaten, right? So, criteria 1 for me beating a game is to beat all of it, 100%. Oh, nice. So that's criteria 1.
Okay, I'll look.
Can have a slight amendation to it with this game.
Oh, okay.
Because I've played this game many times at this point. And whenever you end the game, even with 100% collectibles, you are about 6 or 7 skill points short on the skill tree. So in order to get every skill by the end of the game, I would have to grind one area in Dathomir for like 40 or 50 minutes to get the rest of the skill points I need, which I don't think works in terms of what I'm trying to do. Because I'm trying to do one like flawless story, and just repeating an area over and over and over and over, just mindlessly grinding out an area doesn't make a lot of sense in the like structure of this game. I'm still confused as why they built the skill tree the way it does, and also I'm never going to use the skills in that final part of the skill tree because they're garbage. Like, they're literal garbage. Lightsaber throw is worthless. It's just so bad. Really nice moon. Nice backdrop. But, yeah, it's just bad. Like, that's all I know how to say it. It's bad. Alright, here I'm gonna go left. And I'm going to fight the Ogdo Bogdo and then open up the fan room for later use.
Looks like it smells worse than grease does.
Alright, let's go, monster. That's probably the hardest move to time out the evade for. Yeah. So it also does the most damage, conveniently enough. Thank you. Thank you. Less thank you. What if you didn't? Just what if you didn't, right? What if you just gave me nice attacks? Attacks I can parry. None of this unblockable garbage. Ugh. Disgusting. Really? Thank you. That's it. Ugh. Same basic pattern for this guy as all the other Ogdobogdos. I'm not sure why his tongue is doing that, but whatever. The game's pretty broken. Oh, oh, I forget. That's the second part, right?
Is it trying to defend its family?
So remember the first clarification. The first qualification is that I finish the game 100%, which in this case for me means all collectibles, not all skills, because all skills are dumb and doesn't flow at all with the game. And to me, they should make an update fixing it. The second part would be that I do it glitchless. So I don't use any glitches. I play the game as is, right? I continue to be annoyed, we'll say, by the fact that everything on Speedruns Live is glitch only, and that there is no glitchless category. I think that... let me get up, please. Thank you. I can rant about this, and maybe I will later, but the short version is... I think that
still feel the excitement.
Glitches make the speedrun community worse, not better. And especially, right, and my explanation for that is, the more glitches are found, the worse the game is to play and watch. Until I believe, right, there was a, didn't I just see a record for this game on, like, hang on, I'll look up the times for this, because I'm really interested. Right? I've watched some of the speedruns for this game. You don't even fight Terran Malicos. You skip a major part of Kashyyyk, which, in my mind, is the best planet. Did I get this already? Yeah. So, the more... I think speedrunning should be about playing a game fast, not playing less of a game. And to me, it's really sad that speedrunning has become about not playing the game, or playing the game for as little time as possible. Or it's not just about speed, it's about... I don't know. I'll go into more detail later.
So you knew about BD1?
Come on board. We'll talk inside.
Oh, BD1, this is Grease. Hey, Grease.
What is that? Get off my sofa! Get off my sofa! No! Get out of there! Get out!
That is BD1. He's with us.
I don't care who he's with. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum fabric?
Not really.
Oh, I hope you found something better out there than this droid.
Oh, calm down, Breeze. He did. Tell us, Cal.
The vault was built by an ancient civilization called the Zepho. A Jedi named Eno Cordova hid something inside of it.
What did he hide inside?
A holocron from the archives. It contains a list of Force-sensitive children.
The next generation of Jedi. I knew it! Oh, Cordova, you old fool.
You knew him?
Yes. A long time ago. I was his apprentice. Cordova was a loner. That little droid and I are probably the only ones that know about Pagano.
Hold on, wait a minute. A holo what?
A holocron. It stores information, but only accessible to Jedi. Hang on, I think I have one around here. Use the Force.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen.
With that list of Force sensitives, we could rebuild the Jedi Order and defeat the Empire.
Okay, no problem. Let's get it.
Well, except the holocron is hidden deep inside the vault, and to get it, we have to follow Cordova's path. He mentioned something about the planet Dathomir and a Zepho homeworld.
All right, well, where are we going? I'm just asking because I was thinking of maybe making some food.
Look, before we do anything, I need to know something. How come you're no longer a Jedi?
I had an experience that changed my perspective. So I cut myself off from the Force.
But you still want to rebuild the Order.
I believe that rebuilding the Order is the best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
I believe I can't keep hiding from the Empire, so I don't really have a choice.
Cal, as long as you're alive, you will always have a choice. Are you with us?
We're in.
Dathomir Zepho. It's your choice.
Zepho.
Hey, Grease, what's this thing?
What? You've never seen a terrarium before?
Sure, but don't they usually have plants in them?
Well, I've been a bit busy hauling you around the galaxy, but you know, you could pay me back with some seeds.
I thought you hated nature.
When it's out there, you betcha. But when it's behind a comfortably thick wall of embarring glass, that's perfection.
All right, I'll see if I can find any. Seer, can you feel the Force at all?
Yes. But instead of opening up, I push it back down. The exact opposite of what you should do.
Out there, I remembered something about myself before the Purge. It was painful, but like I found a piece of myself.
That's good. You're learning to embrace the Force again.
How can you say that?
Because I know what it means to live without it.
Okay, I'll keep trying.
Let's talk later, Cal.
Time to go? Great. Hate sitting around like this.
The journey begins.
So, if the Order thing is rebuilt, you think any Jedi will come out of hiding?
What makes you think there are Jedi hiding?
No, just curious.
Is there someone specific you're thinking of?
Well, growing up, we heard tales of a green, pointy-eared, legendary Jedi
I actually
master
think this is really funny.
Are you talking about Master Yoda? Yes, he is very legendary.
Wait, what? Who? No, I'm talking about Master Yaddle.
The Jedi High Council member?
Yeah, we all have our dreams, okay? Let me have mine.
No problem.
In Legends, Yaddle was actually killed before the Clone Wars, you know, on a mission.
Think of a storm brewing down there. This might not be the best time to land.
Something strange. Those winds are interfering with our comms.
Hey, Cordova mentioned something about peace in the eye of the storm. Well, I can just make out a settlement in the middle of it.
Then we have to get there.
Copy that. Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless the wind picks up. Can you tell that bucket of balls to keep his opinion to himself?
I'm sure everything's under control.
It's under control, it's just a little tricky. Okay, hold on. Huh. Perfect landing. Easy money, baby.
But I'm still getting a lot of interference on the comms. It's gonna take me a minute to get them back up.
I'll search for signs of Cordova in the meantime.
Good. I'll be in touch once I crack this. Cal, over here. You did good work on Bogano. The more information we gather on Cordova and the Zepho, the closer we'll get to stopping the Empire.
I've heard of ancient cultures, but don't know much about them.
I only knew that Cordova was obsessed with the Zepho, believing their teachings to be important. I, too, was intrigued by the mysteries of our galaxy. You better get moving. There's a lot to learn here. Good luck.
I can see you two have been through a lot. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But I think of those who believed in me at one point. If I give up on myself, then I give up on them. I'm sure you have a few of those.
Prof, a friend on Braca. He sacrificed himself so I could live.
He believed in you. A lot of people depend on you, even if they don't know it yet. Keep going, Cal. For Prof. For everyone.
BD-1's a helpful droid.
He does seem to be warming up to you.
Cordova must have really liked droids. He decided to leave such important information with BD-1.
I only assume he chose BD-1 because he needed some sort of ability to store encrypted information. These exploration droids are good tools for that sort of thing. But I'm sure he's more than that. Please, I'm trying to collect my thoughts.
Here we are on Tomb Raider planet. See what I mean?
Good work. Oh, we did it. We did it. I hope you're not hurt. What are you looking at?
Who are you talking to?
Just my ship, the Manus. Good name, right? Intimidating. Oh, what do you know? You probably never even flown a ship. Maybe I'll teach you one day when you're done with your Jedi stuff. I'll even give you a discount.
Grease starts out sort of, you know, disgruntled.
Landing, Grease.
Me? Oh, yeah. Not a problem.
Doesn't want to open up,
It's
that
easy
sort
for
of thing.
a skilled pilot like myself, especially when flying a ship like this. This baby was a steal. Well, I mean, I didn't steal it. I bought it. Well, I almost. I mean, I took out a small loan. A big loan, actually. No, it's fine. Look, we're all fine. Don't worry about it. Don't you have Jedi stuff to do? Get to it, kid.
Been just you and Seer for a while?
Oh yeah, she's great company. What about you? How long were you alone on Braca?
Oh, I wasn't alone. I had, people.
Friends?
It's hard to have friends when you have secrets.
Don't worry about it. Friends are overrated. What did that say?
He said we're all his friends.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice. Sometimes you creep me out, kid.
All right, let's go.
Oh, okay. What's that, BD-1?
And the third thing is part of the title. And that is that I am doing a Deathless, because I think that's part of the game too, right? Even though it's called Respawn, that's the name of the company that made the game, they don't actually want you to respawn because they make you redo the level, right?
I'm looking.
So when I die in a game, I don't restart the section, I don't restart the level, I restart the entire game. I want to beat it in one sitting. What was that physics? Oh, the physics of this game is still so wonky.
Watch out, BD.
Momentum especially is really screwed up.
Find something?
Cal, can you hear me?
The Empire. They found Zepho.
If they were following the Mantis, they would have been swarmed already.
Could they be looking for the tombs?
Let's hope not. Just got our comms working. I'll try the same workaround to crack into there.
Nice.
Mother used this fabric to keep her child warm. You were on the run from something.
So I guess this is actually a good point to give sort of my opinion on the speed running community, at least for this game, and I think for a lot of games in general. And this is coming from a speedrunning fan. I love speedrunning. I think it's awesome. I discovered SGDQ and AGDQ speed runs done quick in college, and have been a big fan ever since. In fact, I am really I hope one day, maybe even this winter, to attend either AGDQ. I think that would be awesome. I mean, obviously, playing games at a high level is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I care a lot about it, and I think that it's good just generally for. I think it's good for the games. It's good for the players. It's a lot of fun, right? So the best way to sort of describe what I think is the biggest issue with it is to describe the community for Super Mario 64, right? By far one of the most popular games to speedrun. I mean, I think it's not unreasonable to say it is the most popular game in speedrunning history. In terms of the fans, in terms of the number of people playing it, all that. The most popular category is 120 star. And I think that's I'll let them kill this Skaz. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to fight them all on that little ledge. There we go. Now, I'd love for them to come back up here, but I think they will once I kill this guy.
Where did you come from? Watch your back.
Whoa.
You and him. Whole squad is down.
Thank you. So I think the reason most popular category for Super Mario 64 is 120 star is because people don't actually like to see games skipped.
Take her and go. I'll lead them away.
Buster, no!
And in a 120 star run, there's no massive skips of the game. There just aren't. Right?
It's all lies. The Empire just wanted this land.
And I think that's the best way to, and that's why it's popular.
Enemy! Understood. I can take him myself.
And the best example of this is actually a personal story. Dang it.
I missed the target. Reinforcements are on the way.
They're not. So I used to play the game VVVVVV. It was a small indie computer game. Really fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a it's a platformer with like a gravity twist.
Where are you taking us?
The Empire's
Instead of
from their homes,
jumping,
frightened refugees, shipped off to work camps.
You can reverse gravity in the hallways you're in, right? So you just go up and down, and it's a side scroller. And it's a sort of a puzzle game, and it's really fun. I always enjoyed it. Now, I saw this. It was being done at one of the games done quick. And I was really excited to see it. They made sure to time it so I could see it at the right time. I was like looking forward to it, right? Oh, I forgot to buy 2 skill upgrades. That's fine. I'll buy it in a little. I'll buy it in a second.
You killed them all.
Yeah. And instead of playing the game, the speedrunner did some sort of computer glitch that was very technically impressive, and beat the entire game in like 5 minutes. Didn't do any of the puzzles, didn't do many of the traps. Just killed the game instantly. And I watched that and I was like, wow. That was so disappointing to see. And it was actually a little depressing, because I was really excited to see the game played at a high level, and I sort of realized that to that runner, doing it that way, playing the game at a high level also meant not playing the game at all.
So what was in there?
And that's like, that's a major philosophical difference I have, and a major sort of problem I have with speedrunning of that sense. And I think over time it's gotten more of that, where instead of playing the game, speedrunning communities seem to be completely dedicated to just finding new glitches, finding better glitches, executing more difficult glitches. And I mean, it's... I get it, right? I'm gonna get Force Attunement, Survival Skills, Dash Strike, and Sprint Strike, which I will actually use all the time, because Sprint Strike is really, really good. Whenever I play games, I play them in the glitchless category, because that's actually playing the game to me. And you still do it at a high level. You still show tons of technical proficiency, and it's amazing to watch. I think the watching value is just so much better.
Come back here. What is it?
But anyway, that's how I feel about it. So, as much as I've had questions about it and people wanting me to do certain things, I will never do a glitched run of any game, because I think it ends up being negative to everyone involved. And it's very negative when there's no other option. Like in the case of Super Mario 64, you want to do a 16 run thing, you want to do a 16 star speed run, go for it, you know, fine. I don't really care, because the 120 star run exists, right? Imagine that there was no 120 star category on Super Mario 64, right? And it was just the 1 star run. That would be really, really, really boring. And sort of horrible. Crap. Whoa! Crap! Oh, screw you. I almost died there. I hate this guy. Die in hellfire! There we go. I should play Doom. Oh, this guy sucks. But yeah, if you go to the speedrunning category of this game, you will find only any percent and any percent, you will find only categories for any percent and 100%. And that's just depressing. Especially because to actually compete in those categories, you need to skip so much that it's sort of horrifying. it's practically incomprehensible watching the run at a certain point on Dathomir. Like, I have no idea what they're doing. If you want to make, like, a glitched category and want to make that, then do it. Go for it. Have a blast. But make a glitchless category so that it's actually entertaining.
This crate was moved here by stormtroopers. They seemed anxious for some reason. Pressured to find relics.
The point of watching a stream like that isn't that you want to see the game done fast. That's not why people tune into speedrunning. The reason people tune into speedrunning is because they want to see the game played by someone really, really good. And they want to see their favorite games played at a high level. That's the same reason you watch Ninja on Fortnite.
Whoa. That's gotta be one of the Zepho.
Or I should say you used to watch Ninja on Fortnite when he was, you know, on Twitch. And his stream wasn't, like, on the way to death.
In the since I left Pagano, I've uncovered more about the Zepho than I once believed.
Here, I'll try to get all three parries. Nice. Whoa. Thought he was dead. There we go. That parry I did only with audio cues.
Mariana.
I also think, by the way, and this is a little bit of a nitpick, but I also think it's really stupid that in a 100% run, you aren't required to get all Force Echoes. Like, what's the point? If you had any interest in doing it the way the developers... I don't understand the logic. It's just flawed to me.
Can't wait to watch these grow.
If you were going... If it really mattered to you, trying to do it the way the developers wanted, to get that 100% reading at the end of the game, and that was all that mattered to you...
Something we can use?
Yeah. Then you shouldn't be doing glitches and skipping massive fights. If anything the developers said in the game mattered an iota, you shouldn't be doing glitches. If you don't believe that what the developers say matters, then you can make up whatever rules you want. Who cares whether the ending says 100% or not? And specifically in that case, like, you're like, oh, because the game says 100%, that means 100%, even though we didn't get all Force Echoes and data points. Why wouldn't you get all Force Echoes and data points? You're the community. You can make it do whatever you want. What's even the point of doing a 100% run and then not getting it? Not getting the last ones. How many do they skip? Like 50? Who cares?
In
Just get him.
accordance with the Emperor's will, we've occupied Zepho, redistributing its inhabitants. This planet has failed to yield significant data or relics for Project Augur. Its electromagnetic winds have rendered the bulk of our mining technology useless. Meanwhile, more stormtroopers lose their lives to dangerous fauna. We will not be able to fulfill our directive here. It is my recommendation that we disband the project and leave a token outpost to keep scavengers from stealing our technology.
If people can play like 30-hour runs of Final Fantasy, then you can do a 10-hour 100% run. And it's not even 10 hours because it's shorter than that. I don't actually know how long a speed run of this game at 100% would be. The runs that I've done come out at 10 hours. And that's getting every single thing in the game and listening to all lore. So, like, I listen to every conversation I can. I don't know how much time that takes up. I actually have no idea. If you exclude all that, and if I stopped being lackadaisical about how I do things and just ran through enemies without bothering, I mean, you could probably get it really fast. Like, down to 8 hours and a half, I'd want to say. That's just my rough estimate off the top of my head. But last but not least, if you're going to do a 100% run the way you want, please, for the love of God, do not let the one that's up there right now stay for longer than 4 days. It's embarrassing to everyone. I just watched it. It was horrifying. It was horrifyingly bad. The player obviously had an extremely limited understanding of how combat worked. Had no idea where several things were. Got lost at multiple points. Didn't understand how to route a 100% run, like, at all. I noticed him doing this glitch over and over on Zepho to I don't even know what he was trying to do. But he like tries this glitch on Zepho 4 times to try to make it into the tower slightly ahead of schedule. And I was like watching that thinking like, what the crap are you doing?
Understood. He couldn't beat you. I can't. Arranged backup is down.
Excuse me. Like, I'll get that at tower on this run, and I route it in a way that makes sense. So I'm not wasting, like, what must have been close to 5 minutes to get a glitch that, maybe will save you 20 seconds? If that? It was horrifying. The entire Terran Malicos fight is skipped. Don't ask me how he got exploration credit for that. Because there's no earthly way he should have got exploration credit for that section.
I found something.
What do they know?
No mention of Cordova.
But I guess taking advantage of
Then we have the advantage.
the game's flaws somehow.
This is a waste of time. What is Crane playing at? Impossible that anything useful is in here.
I was literally just getting madder and madder as I watched the run. Like 40 to 45 minutes on Dathomir just running the same room over and over again. That's not his fault. That's the fault of whatever moron wrote in that you have to get every skill in the game. Yes, I would love to grind for 50 minutes on Dathomir. Thank you, please. Oh my gosh.
That's interesting. We're on the right track.
At least there's Thunder Scepter, who sort of plays the game. Although he plays it, you know,
Can't get through.
fundamentally differently than everyone else, because he's trying to do it hitless, which, you know, if he succeeds, would be
Something
awesome.
about it crippled the Empire's equipment.
Really
I feel
cool.
something pulling me there, beyond the storm.
Follow it. Let the Force sharpen your insight.
All right, I'll do my best.
I mean, I'm actually a big Thunder Scepter fan. He plays the game super wonky, like in a way that I definitely wouldn't do myself. But if he beats it hitless, it'll be a spectacular accomplishment, and one that I'll probably give him a sub for when he does. So, like, definitely check out Thunder Scepter's channel if you ever get a chance on Twitch. He runs pretty often. Trigger this guy, not the other. Now this guy runs over. Got a seed.
These things are pretty cute.
About to go to Tomb of Alarum. But that's it. That's the entire high-end community playing this game. That's everyone who can play this game at a high level and is.
Do that before.
Either is
Yeah, it's incredible.
just doing glitches over and over, and that's it. It's just the glitch hunt. Or they're Thunder Scepter, and that's everyone. And then me somewhere under that.
The earliest Zepho site we've uncovered yet, despite my reservations. I cannot chase the Bogano vault from my mind. Its visions shape the direction of an entire culture. I must understand why.
I'll get back a bit to the philosophical talk.
I'm in the tomb. It's massive.
And the Empire?
No sign of them down here.
Because this is the first part where you get to a good look at
Still not sure what I'm supposed to find.
the Zepho
It's a little-
tomb.
Eccentric? Tell me about it. But he wouldn't send us here for his amusement. Keep an open mind.
So the Zepho tomb, first off, has all of these wind tunnels, which are basically a metaphor for the Force, which
See that?
the Zepho think of as, like, the wind. A force of nature beyond their control, right? And there's a lot of respect given to it, shown in this in this entire tomb. Their puzzles here are based on allowing the wind to sort of naturally push where they want things to go, right? It's not about taking control of the wind, it's about letting it flow along its natural course and maybe steering it a little bit.
Voices from the past.
And this, as Cordova just said, is the earliest Zepho site they'd found. So it's like the start of their culture.
These were used in ancient Zepho meditation rituals. I think they were training Force users.
Ilarum is their first major prophet. It's him and his path that I'm going through. And it's his tomb that I'm sort of traveling through at the moment. Again, this is all about channeling the Force, not mastery over it. It's in allowing the Force to flow through you and achieve your goals. I gotta focus here in order to not die. Alright, good. I want no momentum going into this. I want to just fly right over and then drop.
Hey! What do we find?
I wasn't lined up. There we go. I always get worried about this sort of thing. You're over an abyss. Notice here that the entire tomb is actually the roots of a tree, and that's the idea. Which I actually like, right? That's sort of like the flow of life in nature. Letting the wind dictate where you go. Again, sort of a metaphor for letting the Force guide your actions. You have to run in here to get the exploration credit. Otherwise, you won't be 100% for this area.
Ugh. Guess a lightsaber can't solve everything.
I'm gonna wait here and let them fly off just like that. Otherwise, if you don't, there's a chance they'll come out at the same moment you do and like knock you to one side. Ah, crap.
Help me!
Ah! Worst possible attack you could have done. Screw you. I'm out of here. I've never waited on fighting this guy before, but I'm so low that I think I'm going to. I'm gonna get force pushed then backtrack because I've got no stims.
Scanning again?
So this is the ultra safe way to do it, but I've got to backtrack there anyway, so I'm just gonna do it. Another flashback sequence here.
Focus. The Jedi do not seek aggression, but we stand against it. The Force is there to shield us. The obstacles in your path define the path. What stands in the way becomes the way. Now, try again.
That's not the Force, by the way, levitating the platforms. This is a Republic training room. So those are powered by anti-gravs.
Faster now. Complete the test.
What stands in the way becomes the way. This Guardian was destroyed long ago. Hey. What was in there?
Alright, let's fight that Tomb Guardian. Now that I know his weakness. So we do that.
What's that?
The Skungus we use as a grenade, sort of. More like an exploding barrel, I guess.
The Zepho crafted this artifact as an offering to the wind. It was destroyed intentionally for some reason.
I like that they sort of imply there was some sort of falling out. We don't exactly know what happened to the tomb at the end.
Did it.
My friend, take a look at the detail on this bark. The distinctive striations. It can only be a Rocha tree from Kashyyyk. It's time to call on an old friend. If the Zepho had contact with Kashyyyk, there is a good chance Chieftain Tarful will know about it.
In Jedi culture, there's a couple aspects to the Force. The light side of the Force, even. There is the unifying Force, which is sort of the Force that exists everywhere, which lets Jedi see the future and gives you all sorts of skills with, like, rocks and stuff. But then there's also the living Force, which sort of has its own will, and is the type of the Force that, for example, the Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn loved the most. Whereas Obi-Wan was more of a unifying Force Jedi.
This was deliberately destroyed. I can still feel the hate of the act.
Alright, gonna knock this out of place now to save time. It can stay there for now. that's that. Alright. Timing this is always a little tricky, but I generally think I've got the hang of it at this point. And one good one. Very nice. Come on.
Oh, okay. Did you find something, BD1? This relic is extremely old, but I get the sense it was part of some type of training ritual for Zepho Force users.
The idea behind this entire tomb is to show that the Zepho, like the Jedi, and the Zepho are basically a giant metaphor for the Jedi, start off like pure in their understanding of the Force. The Force is not to be taken lightly. Your interaction should be made through the eyes of the Force and the will of the Force, that sort of thing. And how they have this close, like, in-touch relationship with it. This is my favorite puzzle in the game.
This tomb is utterly fascinating.
Because the way you escape the tomb, the way you sort of complete the puzzle, is by creating this unbroken cycle of wind going all the way around, right? Which is sort of perfect. Stop.
What did you find?
The Zepho went to Kashyyyk. Cordova mentioned someone named Tarful.
A Wookiee chieftain. They were old friends.
Think he's still around?
There's only one way to find out. We have to go to Kashyyyk.
I'm gonna rest here and buy some more upgrades. I like that. Cal has healed his connection with the Force. New skills are available. He's like slowly overcoming the trauma. Greater Force attunement. No. Enhanced Force recovery. Enhanced survival skills. And improved stims. Thank you. That's all just basic upgrades. Increase my force power, increase my force bar, increase my life bar, that sort of thing.
There, up there. Gotta reload.
See if I can open this up.
Hey now.
Nice.
You have eyes on him? I've got him. Up there, the enemy. He's going to kill us all. Someone get him. Destroy the intruder.
I'm standing here for a specific reason.
I'll bash him.
Can you guess what it is? Alright. The reason is this. Watch him fire. As long as I stand in the middle of this, he can't hit me. Well.
Getting a strange feeling from this one. Ancient Zepho gathered here. I wonder why. Possibly MBD1.
Well, I should probably deal with him in the future before I jump down there to get that, but whatever. Now here's why the routing choice was really dumb. If you route it like this, you can jump right back down here. And then you're right next to the tower.
Is it just me?
Whew. Wasn't expecting this. It's the giant Zepho statue. Kinda thought there would be Zepho stuff inside. Scomplink? Yeah, you're right. I think I could replace yours with this. Let's get you fixed up. How's that? Want to try it out?
I see you.
Direct. Wow. Annoying. It's pretty easy to jump. I'll do that in the future. Direct. I don't know why I don't see my progress, my bar going up though. It should be increasing.
Your guard is pretty solid.
Oh, maybe because it was empty? I don't know.
Try to slice into this one. Hey now. What was in there?
See what I mean? Tell me that's not fast. Tell me spending 5 minutes on a glitch that seems really, really difficult to save 20 seconds is worth it. Yeah.
can't wait for you any longer. Sorry.
Alright, last chest from here. And then I'll do a quick double check of my counter, or of the map, to make sure that I've got everything.
There we go. Thanks.
Open. Thank you.
Oh, all right then. Something was in there.
Alright. And... good.
Seer, there's a transport ship leaving the Empire's base.
I heard. They plan to bring Zepho artifacts to Coruscant.
Does that mean?
That the Emperor is interested in Zepho? Maybe.
This door's not budging.
See if I can slip by and get the back door open.
I
Nice.
need to open this.
Do not concern yourself with a missing artifact. I'll deal with it personally.
Hello.
Yourself. I won't let you win, traitor.
Perfect. Even got the Imperial Astromech scan. Now they've got. Maybe I should have healed up there. I don't know. 2 stims.
I don't know. Why? Classic.
I'm a little concerned going into the Yotaz fight. Or the Jotaz? I don't know. I don't know if they pronounce their J's. Jotaz, probably. This seems risky. I wouldn't want to do this in real life. I want to get up there and fight him when he's still on the wall, right here. Oh, man. Alright, let's go. Perfect. He's gonna run past me. Perfect. And now I'm gonna sit right here. Shoot me.
Are you scared?
And this lets me scan Jotaz. And keep moving. If you move too far away from the Jotaz, he'll actually despawn.
There's still no results. I wonder what's gonna happen to us. Stop your worrying. It's up! Oh no! Oh no, no, no!
Imperial architecture is like utilitarian to the point of insanity. Right? Never any furniture. It's always like a lot of reds, obviously, because it's evil, I guess.
Just wing me.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
I just took down a trooper wearing black and red armor, the same type from Braca.
A purge trooper. Their only purpose is to hunt Jedi.
Are the Inquisitors coming?
It's possible, but we're far from Braca. They might think purge troopers are enough. Or they could be stalling you on purpose. Stay wary.
Very utilitarian is the Empire. Although occasionally the specific Sith-related stuff tends to have some flair.
You see the Star Destroyer? It's a Venator.
There could be a lift inside.
I'll try to find a way to it. The villagers built this memorial to the clones in the Venator. See him? Empire isn't the only thing we have to worry about. This tunnel flooded suddenly. What could have caused such a thing?
Forward, please. Thank you.
Something smells like old oil. Sorry, buddy, not you. It's this water. He was killed by a cave-in. Imperial excavation is making these tunnels unstable.
The ice caves are going to be a really useful way to get around once I've unlocked all the areas on Zepho. They provide immediate access to everywhere I want to go. Sort of like a shortcut. Just one that's sort of complicated. You need to know your way to get around, certainly.
Am I the only one? Okay, I got this.
Yeah, you got this. You got this. Take your best shot. Whoops. Didn't work out. I'm gonna save this for later, because I don't have a lot of stims, and also because there's really no reason for me to do it now.
Dig site. It got a lot further than we thought.
We can't worry about that now. The Empire's identified you as the Jedi from Braca. They're searching for the Mantis as we speak.
Can't you move the Mantis?
It's too risky to start the engine. Its power discharge will draw their attention immediately.
I'll be back as fast as I can.
Alright, we're almost out of here.
Cal, we've got a walker firing on us, and our weapons are down.
Is that him? Tell him he better get his butt.
Don't target the ATST, because when you do, you can end up targeting the legs pretty easily. And that sucks, because you don't want to target the legs. Alright. About 3 of those should be fine. Let me close, let me close. Oh, yes. Morons. Crap. I'm within range, though, of that. That's it. Really fast ATST fight. It is over. Surrender, sir. You have fought valiantly. Okay. Or that.
Nice work out there, kid. Hey, you got some real moves on you. Just tell me that this visit wasn't for nothing.
I found the tomb of a Zepho sage. They definitely used the Force.
An advanced civilization of Force wielders who mysteriously vanished. No wonder Master Cordova became so obsessed with them. What else did you find?
Before they disappeared, the Zepho journeyed to the planet Kashyyyk.
Oh.
Cordova had a Wookiee friend named Tarful. Maybe we can find him.
Sheik, look, things are really bad down there. The Empire's muscling in on those Wookiees big time.
Then we better get ready for a fight.
I think this lifestyle suits you. Fighting that walker seems to have made you more confident. So, how are you holding up?
Man with the Force?
Yes, with the Force. I know you said it could be overwhelming.
Haven't gotten myself killed yet. Rather not talk about it.
Yeah, well, I understand. More than you realize.
Why'd you choose to stop using the Force?
When the Purge started, and our clone troops turned against us, my Padawan and I took several younglings and we went into hiding. But we didn't last long. Imperial Patrol was about to discover our location, so I tried to lure them away from my Padawan Trilla. She stayed behind with the younglings, but they caught me. And they tortured me. They wanted to know about the others and how many were left, but mostly they wanted to know about Cordova and where he went.
But you escaped.
It was a prison riot. I saw my opportunity and I took it. But they almost broke me. And I am not the same as I was, Cal.
Your Padawan. Did she survive?
No. But that's why we can't give up. We can't let the sacrifice of those closest to us be for nothing.
All right.
Give me a minute. I'm siphoning Imperial data.
Kashyyyk it is. And I'm gonna get some more milk.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Or maybe a Mountain Dew.
Just
I don't know, we'll
enjoying
see.
some peace and quiet.
Cordova had supplies hidden all over Bogano. Could be worth a trip back to explore.
This whole journey has put a lot of wear and tear on the Mantis.
Like it was perfect before?
It was a masterpiece, but now, just don't be surprised if I send you a bill.
Someone's low on funds.
I mean, sure, okay, that may be part of it, but I'm used to it. Were you rich growing up?
Wealth isn't really a priority for Jedi.
Yeah, well, I was poor too, but it wasn't so bad. My crew and I would find things to do for cheap. That's where I learned how to play Subhawk.
A game which requires credits. Strange choice.
Well, we were kids. We bet all kinds of dumb things from food to funny-shaped rocks. Unfortunately, things changed when we got older. Funny-shaped rocks didn't go so far anymore.
A galaxy would be a better place if they did.
Sit down, kid. It's time to land.
Tell me we're not running that blockade.
Oh, only as a last resort. I've rigged the Mantis' transponder to transmit Imperial signals. Hey, Grease.
Yeah?
Keep your power signature low and act like we belong.
Just like Braca. No sweat. I don't need another set of hands. Just please keep your eye on the scanner.
All right.
Please.
All right.
All right.
I don't see anything.
You're preoccupied with something on the ground. We're clear.
Oh, I better go.
That doesn't look good.
The Empire is devouring Kashyyyk for its natural resources. Wookiees have been enslaved. Or displaced.
Kid, aren't you supposed to be watching the monitors?
Guerrilla fighters. Wookiees and off-worlders ambushing an Imperial convoy.
Walkers approaching their position.
Tarful could be with him.
Awful could be anywhere. Like deep in the ground, like we're gonna be if we get caught up in that battle down there.
We don't have any other options.
I'm also gonna pop a window, I think.
We'll die without our help.
So what's your plan?
It's getting warmer in here.
Sabotage. We used to scrap walkers on Braca. I'll just jack one.
Get a load of the kid. He thinks we're back in the Clone Wars.
Captain, get us near those walkers.
Wait, what?
Listen, those walkers double as troop transport, so once you get inside, be careful.
No freeze grease to work his magic.
Looks like I can.
Do me a favor.
And I'm starting to hear rain, so I'm
Stay
gonna have to
alive
do an
down there.
audio check. Wonderful.
I'll add it to the plan.
Can't hear
Right,
much,
if you're
though.
jumping, you better do it now, kid.
You ready for a swim, BD? You ready to do this? That was close. Now, how do we get on top?
The AT-AT covered in weeds is almost like some sort of mythical swamp
Okay.
creature.
Now where? Just a little more. Thanks, BD.
Testing sound, testing sound.
Let's climb to the top.
There's no pulse. Your turn to report fatalities. It's the Jedi! Come on, hit it! That's it. It's all over now. Reading a new ship on scanners. They brought more firepower than we thought. How's our hull looking? Badly damaged. We're at 70% integrity and falling. That should still... Huh?
It actually worked. Okay, throttle.
Report, what's happening over there? You're in violation of Imperial Protocol
Shut that guy up.
207. Stand down or we won't have...
The good news is you cannot really hear the rain outside my window.
That's a lot of lasers.
I've had screams and when I figured it out, I put a towel on top of my AC outside. It pulls the sound of the rain hitting the AC. So that's what the sound is.
Hey! Who are you?
Someone who just brought Nada to the table. Who are you?
Someone making the Empire angry. We're advancing on an imp landing pad up ahead. With my fire support.
Copy that. Let's make them even angrier. Took out the bridge. More troopers ahead. headed for us. Can you do anything? Hold on! Brace yourself, BD! Yeah, I'm okay. You all right? No, we are not doing that again.
You just wrecked a perfectly good walker. Got a name?
Cal Kestis?
Saw Gerrera. What are you doing on Kashyyyk?
Looking for somebody. What are you doing here?
My companions and I came to Kashyyyk to disrupt Imperial supply lines.
Hey!
So, who are you looking for?
A Wookiee chieftain named Tarful.
Good. The rain doesn't sound. I can't hear the rain at all.
There's a reason he's evaded the Empire for this long.
He's a freedom fighter?
He's the freedom fighter. A symbol of the Wookiee resistance. Striking at the Empire from the Shadowlands.
Seer, Grease, this is Saul.
How you doing?
What do you want with Tarful?
Jedi business.
Jedi are dead.
Not all of them.
Get that over corpse?
The Master gave it to me.
This pad supports an Imperial refinery that runs on Wookiee slave labor. Intel suggests that some of the captains there are guerrilla fighters.
I should help them. One of them might know how to contact Tarful.
It's possible.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. The Mantis works wonders. I mean, it's a great ship, excellent pilot, but it is not built for close support.
We'll stay here and monitor Imperial transmissions. With a bit of luck, we'll intercept any distress calls.
Appreciate it. My lieutenants and I will scout ahead to prepare the attack. Join us when you're ready. Go, go.
Saw's not quite so untrusting at this point in the war.
Glad you're all right.
As you can see, the pieces coming together on the left side.
Good to see you, too.
Your plan worked. And now you want to follow Saul?
You don't like that idea?
I'm concerned you're jumping from one risk to the next.
Wait, what? I fly my ship in the middle of a battlefield, and now we're talking about risks?
Why didn't you stop me?
My job is to guide you on your path, not choose it for you. So here's my advice. The Empire's overtaken hundreds of worlds. There's a reason Saw chose Kashyyyk. Saw's goals may not be the same as ours. We should be careful.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
When you want to go, let me know. I'll be right here.
Either you heard the Parsons?
Rumors and cantinas, but not much to go on.
They call them radicals. Yeah, I heard the Empire's got bounties on their heads.
You go to cantinas?
Jedi aren't easy to find. We needed news.
And drinks. Anyway, that's a story for another time.
Do you think the Inquisitors will find us here?
It's possible.
You better hope not. We barely made it here.
Well, we couldn't leave the Parsons and Wookiees to die.
Cal, your instincts are good, but that's not within your control. We can do our part. That's it. Be careful.
She's in no condition to fight. You're right. There's no time. Stay strong until we get back.
Heard Saw's hoping to find some news of Tarful at the refinery. A report came in this morning that he's been seen in the Shadowlands. One Imperial transmission pinned him near a Wookiee village, as if there aren't hundreds of those in the area. Stormtroopers.
I really like the look of Kashyyyk.
Come back here.
How the Empire sort of carves a swath through the jungle. Just ripping up everything in its way.
I need to use this.
That's one of the themes of the Empire, is that they're not very environmentally friendly. They don't really care about anything of that. Certainly, Palpatine has no appreciation for the living force. Outside of bending it to his will.
You okay? I'm fine. Phew. I'm fine. Maybe a little bruised, but it's not so bad.
Don't scare me like that. I need you around.
Let's keep looking. There must be something useful in this heap.
Hey, thanks. Says there's nothing here.
You know binary? You never told me that.
That's some basics I picked up in school.
Thank you much, little one. We'll wait for Saw's signal.
If anything goes wrong with this plan, we're finished.
Mari's mapped out the nearest garrisons. The Empire won't have time to send reinforcements. We'll be okay.
If we can do it quick.
Saw's seen us through worse.
I've got nothing but respect for that man, but this isn't a forest skirmish. I hope we're ready.
Find something?
Things are even worse here than on Zepho.
Did you say Zepho?
I used to live there before the Empire came. Do you know it?
Yeah, I've been. It's horrible what happened.
We weren't able to fight back, but here, with the Wookiees, we have a chance. Thank you for standing with us.
The Force showed me something on Zepho. Memories of someone named Ostar.
My partner. He distracted the stormtroopers so I could escape with our daughter. He was always impulsive. Is he?
Yeah. I found his body.
Part of me wanted to believe he escaped.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. I'm glad I know the truth. We can't allow the Empire to destroy more worlds.
All right.
Good job. Saw should be at the other end of this trench. Let's check out the bench over there. Could be something useful.
Oh no, I ran into the webbing, thus killing the spider. Yeah, it's some XP. These spiders are probably the easiest to kill. For exactly that reason. You get the instant parry, and then the complete takedown.
How much current can you conduct? Well, with this transformer, I bet you can short-circuit Imperial tech. Let's try it.
Kashyyyk is... I like the feel of Kashyyyk, that it's just this crowded tangle of jungle. Right? There's not really open spaces. It's... Yeah, the Empire had to, like, literally cut through the foliage to get in. There's something dark and gloomy about the vegetation here. And then as you go up higher through Kashyyyk, the light more and more shines through. And I really love that, like, explanation of a jungle. Well, it's not an explanation, it's subtler than that. It's just as you go through, you see it.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know they're in game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we recovered proves it.
Here you go, bud.
These refineries double as brutal prison camps. We use those cutters to create a distraction, while you take your lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
Watch yourself in there.
You hear that? Said he needs my help. Come on, buddy.
Well hidden Force Echo back here.
Dead trooper. Saw I got him. He's more ruthless than I realized.
I always wondered about that little lore piece. This trooper was ruthlessly killed by Saw Gerrera. I'm not sure it's any more ruthless than anything I've done yet, right? And that's one of the interesting philosophical statements about the Empire, right? Is that there's tons of Imperial soldiers who just stand by and, like, guard places, you know? It's not like every one of the billions of at least hundreds of millions of stormtroopers who serve have all committed acts of evil.
Over there. One of the cutters turned on. Are they running some kind of drill? Maybe. Think we should call it in? Will that be a breach of protocol? If there's a disturbance, their squad should call it in. Yeah. Better do that. Look, up there! I'm already! Open that fire! Gun opening!
Heard that. Just you and me.
I think I need help here. Come back here. What was in there?
I mean, that's one of the things I was really sort of excited to see with the sequel trilogy, where I thought that was what Finn was going to go through, and you were going to see about how not all stormtroopers are evil, or, like, Star Wars through the perspective of their eyes, right? But we still haven't gotten to see that.
Leaving here alive.
Stormtroopers are still just sort of faceless robots to be killed like droids. I don't know. I don't like it. It seems like a philosophical weakness of Star Wars.
The Jedi. This is what I'm trained for. My hand won't falter.
Obviously second to the massive issue of droids. By all definitions, droids should probably be considered sentient. And yet they just aren't. And no one talks about it, ever, in Star Wars.
I'll fix that. Never seen a trooper like that before. You gotta get these Wookiees out of lockup. Keep moving, Jedi. Vents open. Go.
It's like the actual reverse of Star Trek, where in Star Trek everything is sentient, no matter what it is, and everything gets civil rights. Whereas in Star Wars, even things that should be clearly considered sentient just aren't, and they never talk about it.
Tight fit, huh, BD?
Flame beetles, they're coming through the walls.
Hit their nest.
Come here, BD1.
Correct.
door's not budging.
Force push is a great way to deal with those guys once they're against a wall.
Okay.
Because if you hit their flame tanks hard enough, they'll just explode. My favorite BD1 skin in the game, by the way, right here. The cutter at this point has, like, just gone all the way through the wall. That's sort of jammed up here.
You sure you want to plug into this thing? Okay.
There it goes.
Oh, shortcut. That's why you wanted to move this thing. You had no idea that was there, did you? You just wanted to turn that cutter on.
So this part I actually do strategically. I'm going to kill him, not that guy. And that's so the guy on the far end can keep shooting at the spiders. I want to fight the stormtroopers because they're a lot easier and faster to kill than 2 spiders. But now I have a bit of a challenge. The albino Weischock, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. That I have to so I have to actually focus here.
Hey now. Something was in there.
What? I should not have gotten hit by that.
Stim!
My timing might have been... I'm not sure on which side. Too early, perhaps? There we go. One more good combo. Perfect. Aside from the one weird hit, that went fine.
Let's get going, BD1. Thanks. It's BD1.
Whoa, that's a lot of live enemies. Where did they all... Maybe I should do this differently. I'd like them to be right around the corner. Jeez, this sucks.
You can't overpower us. Aim and fire. You got it. I need help to kill you.
I did not expect that many to be alive. Normally the spiders take care of most of them. This time, for some reason, the spiders just sucked. They couldn't beat them, or like any of them. I don't know.
Something was in there.
I'll have to reconsider leaving the one guy alive. Let me check something. Yeah, what the crap is this? Alright. I don't know if I'm ever going to post this, but for whoever's reviewing this, please confirm for me how in the hell the person who has the record on speedrun.com managed to get 100% exploration on Kashyyyk without ever visiting this. To get this section unlocked, you need to go back. I might have died there. That was risky. You need to go back, go through here, run through here, go up, and even doing this, like we can see. Right? Even doing that, that's not good enough. You need to go all the way. All the way up. All the way up top. And then you need to drop down in order to have seen that entire place. Nowhere in the record video did the person get did the person actually do that. So please explain to me how he got 100% on Kashyyyk without ever viewing that, without ever visiting that site. It's complete garbage. And if, for whatever reason, the rules let him do that, then the rules are wrong. If it's either 100% or it's not. And if it's 98%, no one gives a crap.
So far, almost to the prison.
Good. Imperial distress calls are going out across the
I'm gonna
planet.
heal.
If you don't get the prisoners...
Might as well. I'm a little bit concerned.
We can do this. I promise.
A Jedi will be here any minute.
And our reinforcements.
And Richard.
Get Rex.
Hit him already. You heard me now, Jedi.
Yeah, get dunked on.
Hey, BD-1. No guards. Hey, we're here to free you. Not alone.
Alright, so this guy is another aspect of the developer's hatred of 3-hit combos. So his entire defensive system is basically designed to prevent you from getting 3 hits. Ah, crap. That was dumb. That time I got it, but generally you want to do 2 hits at a time. There we go. Once you understand how their hit mechanics work, then they're pretty easy to take out. Yeah, I don't understand Wookiee.
Glad to help.
That's what the look on his face meant.
Who's ready to fight some imps? Alright, let's help these Wookiees get back in the fight. Great work, Jedi.
They are, apparently. Alright. Drop straight off.
Wookiee died from toxic fumes. The Empire is poisoning his planet. a brawler droid processing unit. You thinking what I'm thinking? Saw's up ahead. We must be close.
I want him back farther. Off that dangerous platform area.
Scanning again? Check it out.
To the prisons! We need the Wookiees to finish this!
This is another very well hid secret.
Go, go, go!
Most impressive. I would never have known this was there unless I had looked it up my first time.
He got what was coming to him.
Time to fight.
The door's jammed!
We're almost done with Kashyyyk. I'm gonna avoid those guys. There we go. And now I can focus on him.
You will regret that.
Perfect.
You've done it! The Wookiees are free! Get to the roof!
Alright, let's go. You never really do understand Saw's goals for fighting here. I don't know, you're just to mess with the Empire wherever they go. Seems sort of short-sighted though.
Gotta jolt this.
My stims are fine, I don't need to heal here. 3 should be more than sufficient to deal with the platform. I always try to save the Wookiee here because, you know, I'm a good person. Dang it. Kill him. Keep shooting him, man. No! Oh, crap.
Get up here! This one's got some moves! Kill him quick! That won't get him! Focus your fire! I'm sure we'll win. Did I hit?
Taking more damage than I thought I would.
Get ready, buddy.
Jedi! We don't have the firepower to breach this hole.
Crap.
We're on it.
I need this guy to be down. Good. Ah, too close. Ah, he keeps playing defensively. And I got a bad angle on Stim. Oh, screw you. There we go. Get wrecked. Ugh. I'm gonna open up the window a bit more.
Everyone! These have been hard years. We've lost comrades, friends, family to the Empire. Dark times. And yet the fire still burns. Hope still burns. The Jedi are not yet lost. We are not yet lost. Kashyyyk is not yet lost. For the cause! You've seen what the Empire has done to Kashyyyk. These stories are playing out all over the galaxy. My partisans could use a Jedi on our side.
I'm honored. But we have our own mission I can't walk away from. Not yet.
The offer stands. Keep it in mind.
Cal, I'm Mari Kosan, and this is Commander Choisik.
Sorry. I'm not quite fluent.
Choisik says he'll do whatever he can to find Tarful and vouch for you.
Do you think he's still alive?
Have faith, Cal. We'll be in touch with your ship. For the cause.
You know Tarful?
He was part of Tarful's crew, but got captured on a mission. Tarful couldn't risk more warriors to save him. He spent months in that refinery. Choisik will help you find Tarful. They're always on the move. Could take some time.
And that's all I can ask. Thank you. Seems like Saw's willing to do whatever it takes.
He has his own way of doing things, yes. But these are dire times. We need leadership like Saw's.
Even when it means risking your lives?
Someone has to stand up to the Empire. Why not us?
Hold it. I'm glad we could help the Wookiees.
Freeing the oppressed, that's where the passion to keep fighting comes from. Every death, every dead end creates a fighter who isn't afraid to lose. Enough of them, and we'll take the day.
You've been fighting for so long. Have you learned anything from war?
Nothing unites people like tragedy. Everything the Empire takes from us only makes us stronger. Each injustice spurs others to join our cause. If we stand together, we can win.
Just like today. Thank you. We did it.
By the skin of our teeth. It'll be harder without your help.
I know. But I can't abandon my mission.
I understand. I got intel that may help you. If few rotations ago, my people searched an abandoned Wookiee village nearby. No sign of Tarful, but we did find out the safest route to the Shadowlands is through this refinery.
I built an escape plan if this didn't work out.
You catch on fast. When you're ready to find Tarful, that's the way to go. We'll keep fighting.
So, what's your count at?
I think 20.
I'm at 14.
You've got to catch up.
Oh, I will. The longer I stay alive, the more imps I get to take out.
Justice for what they did to your home.
Our home. We're all in this together. The same cause. We're family. What happened to yours happened to mine.
They'll be okay.
All right, let's go.
I've been monitoring Imperial communications, and I picked up something. Project Augur has been reactivated. The Empire may be close to finding another Zeffo tomb.
Looks like we still have work to do. You think Saw and the others will be okay? Always looking on the bright side, huh? Hey, thanks for everything. You all right?
I just received an encrypted transmission.
From Saw?
From my father. My daughter's made it to Chandrila. She's safe.
That's wonderful news.
It's the best news I've heard since coming here. Still, it's hard being away from her. We can make the galaxy a better place.
All right. I can't find the book I was looking for. It's a little annoying.
Hey, Seer.
Cal, good to see you back in one piece. Mari Kosan contacted us. We know you couldn't find Tarful.
I love risking our lives for nothing. It's fantastic.
It wasn't for nothing. Mari and Choysic will come through.
I like your optimism. We could all use a little of that now and then.
Hey, I'm a positive guy, too. I'm positive that if I die, I'll be very upset.
You did good, Cal. We might not have found Tarful yet, but you saved lives today. Don't forget that.
Thanks.
We'll talk later.
I'm busy. I gotta figure out what to cook next. Hey, kid. Nice one on the seed collecting. But the terrarium's still got plenty of room. So, you know, get out there and get me some seeds.
Sure, Grease. Whatever you say. Let's see what's out there.
Back to Zeffo, huh?
The Empire might have found a Zeffo tomb. We can't waste any time.
Pity. Heard about a high-stakes game from one of Saw's fighters. A few extra credits couldn't hurt, you know?
Gambling. Grease, use your head. One of these days, the Haxian brood is going to catch up with you.
Those slubs? I'll hear them coming from a parsec away.
I don't need your gambling habit causing us more trouble with murderous criminal syndicates.
You're right, I know it. I just want to blow off some stress every once in a while, you know? Anyway, all of that is in the past. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Time to land. Get up here. Yeah, you and me, we're unstoppable together. Don't you think, kid, huh? The man is agreed. Every time, perfect landing.
You could say that.
Ever piloted a ship before?
No, mostly just scrapper transports in Graka.
Oh, kid, you gotta get in the cockpit sometime. Feel the controls in your hands and the galaxy in your grasp. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Sounds good. Let me know when.
Huh? No, not mine. Not the Manus, no way. I'm just saying you should try it sometime. But with someone else's ship.
What's up, Grease?
Remember that scout walker you took down?
The ATST?
Yeah. You got up close and personal, right?
What are you getting at, Grease?
How's about you liberate one of those things from the Empire, and I take it for a spin?
Oh. You gonna help me out next time we're in a fight?
What? No. No way. It's always fighting with you. Yeah, forget I said anything.
Storm worrying you?
Nah. There's a lot of things that bother me. The Empire, deadly creatures, poorly cooked burrow fish. But when I'm in my ship, it's all breezy greasy.
Good to know. We've got a lot more flying ahead of us.
Right. No need to keep reminding me, though. This is the greatest machine ever built. Oh, sorry.
There's a long journey ahead of us. These ancient tombs didn't survive all this time because they were easy to find.
It's a challenge I'm willing to take.
I can see that. I'm glad you believe in what we're trying to accomplish.
I always have. Ever since I was a youngling, I trusted in the Force. Those names on the list, they're a test. And I believe I will succeed.
I like your confidence. A journey like this one can challenge you in ways you've never been before.
I understand. I think I'm ready.
We've got your back, Cal.
The homeworld of the Zepho. Cordova must have spent a lot of time here.
Cordova spent his life studying the history of the galaxy in many different places. Dragged me along on a few expeditions. It was educational.
You really believed in the past?
He believed in the future. But you can't have a future without the past.
You think Grease is putting bets on if we succeed or not?
Cal, I take responsibility for him. You have nothing to worry about.
You say so.
When I found Grease, he was in a lot of debt with the Brood.
I don't know. I must
paid
still
it
be
off.
missing some books.
All of it. At least I thought so.
We all have our problems.
Yes, I suppose we do. We still have a lot of work to do.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Unauthorized entity detected. Investigating. You cannot escape. You will regret that.
And get wrecked.
Don't let him get you.
Very nice.
Eyes over there. Hit the target. I don't want to die here.
Too late. Alright, I sort of know the order of what I want to talk about now. Because I haven't talked much about the philosophy of what's going on. For anyone who doesn't remember, we're still in the hero's journey on step 5, I want to say. It might be step 6.
The last one.
It's just the, what was it called? Enemies, allies, and traps? Or, I don't know. But this is like the meat of my quest where I'm just kind of journeying around, doing cool stuff, and saving people. Right? Hey, Minerva. Ah, here you go. Where are you going? Ugh. Alright. 1 minute break. Hang on. Minerva. Yes, yes. Oh. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're a wonderful kitty. Yay. This is what you want, yes? There we go. Minerva's gonna hang out next to me for a little bit.
Stormtroopers here either. Must have cleared out to search for the tomb.
That's good for us, but the cave will be closed. I'll do what I can to monitor their movements.
Something about this doesn't feel right. The Empire doesn't give up ground.
I know. I feel it too.
Watch yourselves, okay?
You too.
That's the way?
Perfect.
All right. After all the crazy things we've done, you know it.
Also perfect. Very good. I'm actually doing the ice caves in a very specific order. And my order is like quite intentional. So if you think I'm doing it weirdly, like trust me, I have thought it through. And I have a reason for why I'm doing it in such a wonky looking way.
How's he blocking everything? Targeted mobile. Come on, hit him!
Oh. I wish I had a cat cam. That might be fun.
What you got there?
Actually, hang on. Here we go. This is the impromptu cat cam. I know. Give me a second. I've got this Yotes here to play. What the?
I need help. Oh, great timing.
If you manage to waltz in there with the Jotes behind you, it's pretty deadly.
These plants kind of remind me of Grease's fur. Skull. Killed in some kind of horrifying disaster long ago.
Perfect.
Don't fall behind. Pro droid.
Just want some
They're watching us,
attention.
BD.
To get full exploration for Zepho, you need to go down here.
Always finding stuff.
And that.
All squads on red alert.
Commander was killed by a lightsaber. I think we're getting close. I noticed it earlier, this feeling in the pit of my stomach. At first I thought it was Grease's cooking. Now it's getting even stronger. I think the closer we are, the worse I feel. It can't mean anything good.
I'll heal up here. Alright, Minerva, that's enough love for you. Gotta bring back the camera. There we go. Let's go up zip lines. Or powered zip line, I believe it's called, right?
Get him, up there!
Intruder sidestepping strike.
Alright.
Critical shot. I'll do this. Damage sustained.
Get wrecked.
You want to climb up a zip line? This motor should do the trick. How does it feel? There's got to be a way to the tomb now.
Zip lines I do have to be a little careful about. Because if you jump out too far and you're not paying attention to where you're going, you can actually end up jumping farther out than you can reach. So don't like just take a running leap off the cliff. Actually take like a quarter second to line up where you want to be.
Someone sneak in. Just need one clean hit. Taking the shot. We can catch him still. Be careful. Get up here. You're going down.
Correct. Alright. And drop. Okay. I actually probably would have landed anyway. I don't want to say that was too insane when it really wasn't, but like, oh man, my heart for a second. Alright, let's try that again. Did I drop too... I dropped too early, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Drop. Okay, so no, I'm dropping too late. That's what's happening. I hate that this happens occasionally. I just like freak out and can't hit the platform correctly. Technically, it's best to hit the edge of the platform. That way you just climb up. Alright, now, come on. Now. Okay, got it that time.
I think we found a way in. The stormtrooper used these while scouting the area. Looks Looks like we may have found a way into the tomb.
Nice. Here's the easy way to, by the way, if you want to solve the XP problem, Fallen Order and Respawn, here's what you do. You just give XP for stim canisters. If you do that, it's problem solved, basically. I hate that you can complete every single thing the game has to offer and you're still short XP. Like, drastically short. That shouldn't really be what happens in my mind. So, once we get down to the bottom and fight Trilla, I'm sort of looking forward to talking a little bit about the difference between the Jedi and the Sith, and what the Jedi and Sith actually are. Because I think people don't actually realize some of the major differences between them.
I am ready for this. Stop
Are you?
and fight. Plant your feet, Jedi. Strike me, coward. I'm going to bleed you dry.
BD, here.
You're a quick one. Yes.
Yeah, get wrecked. I do not like Electro-Baton troops. I don't think anyone really does. They're just sort of crappy enemies to fight.
A worker left their tools in a hurry. They were anxious to locate relics, but also careless of the history buried here.
I didn't know you could do that. I'll do that every time now because that's way better than jumping. I've died here before by my momentum just throwing me off in a random direction.
We'll get inside, Officer Crane.
That can absolutely happen, that you're just sort of doing your thing and then suddenly you jump on a rope and your momentum like launches you in a random direction for no apparent reason. This I'm going to be concerned about later on because it's like a really scary jump to get to that. I just really don't like it. I mean, no sense in not healing up going into a boss fight, so I'll get all my stims.
How predictable. Oh yes, I know your name, your past, and most importantly, about Cordova. Tell me, where did he hide the holocron? Outstanding.
Alright, let's go.
You bleed like all the others. I've suffered far worse.
BD, I need help.
This is too easy. Can't catch me.
I thought I dodged that correctly.
Who trained you?
Whoa.
Your demise draws nearer.
Oh, nice.
Merriman, you won't dodge the next. That was nothing.
Nina says.
Lame. There we go. Get wrecked! Oh! There we go.
You're learning. Not quite as gifted as Sayre's last apprentice, but not bad.
You've been keeping count.
I'm surprised she didn't tell you. Sayre was never good at keeping secrets.
And you know her so well, huh?
She was weak. Cracked in an Imperial torture chair. Surrendered the location of her naive Padawan. They would never have found me.
If it wasn't for her, she betrayed me.
Trilla.
In the flesh.
I won't let you manipulate me.
So sure are you? When faced with the choice to protect herself or her Padawan, she chose self-interest. She'll sell you out too.
I love that look. He's like, oh, fine.
I can handle myself.
I'll listen.
Can you afford to take that chance? Your new master harbors great darkness. The look on her face when she saw what they had done to me, as I am now. She turned, exposing her true nature. She used the dark side.
She cut herself off from the Force.
Oh? How long before she cracks and betrays you too? Is that who you want beside you when you find the holocron? What would Jaro Tapal say?
You have no right to mention his name.
I wonder, what would he think if he could see his Padawan now, skulking in the shadows with a betrayer, granting her access to a legion of impressionable students?
No, I won't let anyone touch them.
I thought the same thing once.
I love it. Love the manipulation, love the power move. So sick.
Thanks for the help back there, BD. You saved my life. And got us closer to the tomb.
We'll heal up here, sure. I love the look of this tomb, by the way.
We found it. Feels different than the other tomb. I don't know. I don't like it.
Like, it's not exactly dark side, but you can see that it's changing, right? That the civilization of the Zepho is changing.
I found it, but Seer, why didn't you tell me?
Because she's a liar.
You. How?
I rerouted communication the moment you tried to contact her. Slicing encrypted transmissions was always a pastime of hers. She taught me once. There's no technique Sayre has that I haven't perfected.
And here you see sort of this tomb is supposed to represent the Jedi as they exist around the time of Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith, right? Tainted, arrogant. Oh, hate this. Hate that thing. And one more. And there we go. And I love, by the way, that there's no wind here. There's no reference to the life wind, right?
My friend. These devices appear to simulate this planet's gravitational pull. I can't help but see it as a motif.
And again, instead of the wind, you have this magnetism, right? Which is like the Force harnessed. The Force, like, instead of the Force freely flowing through the temple, they've harnessed the Force. That's sort of the metaphor behind that.
I'm studying it, learning his secrets.
There's so much going on in this game. It really is so good.
Perhaps enough to hide the hologram of their bones.
We'll see how much you learn.
I've got you.
No, you really don't.
Hey, BD. A little help? Just what we need. Want to check it out? What's that, BD?
Keep pressure on him. Let's keep up. He's too quick. Moving back. We've got this. Make your last mistake.
Very nice. Yeah, magnetism is the theme here. And I guess this is a good point to sort of talk about the Jedi and the Sith, right? The Jedi are, like, believe in the peaceful attributes of the Force and stuff. There was a great way I saw, like, the problem with the Jedi sort of explained.
Better double back and tell this one.
Which was and this was from the Plagueis, I believe, where if you let darkness take over the world, then, like, that's bad, right? If you let darkness take over the world, then you can't see anything. But if you let light take over the world, then you also can't see anything because you're blinded. And that's sort of explained what happens to the Jedi. Is the Jedi let themselves be blind. Second time in a row. I don't understand what they want me to do here. This is such a bad... Physics of this game are just such garbage. Such absolute, unimpeded garbage. It's...
More of my soldiers breach this tomb every minute.
Afraid to face me yourself?
It's just depressing.
Your droid not intervene.
It really is. I don't know what else to call it. other than depressing.
It's okay, buddy. Just ignore her.
Enemy closing in. Understood.
You're not getting out of here alive.
No, I know.
I see you, Jedi. Like, damn it.
If I can't get past Mixtrol, how am I going to practice anything?
Hurting Jedi.
I know how to play the whole game. I know the perfect places to be. I know what to do. I just
An ancient Zephonian, part of a workforce that
can't
helped construct this tomb.
do it. How many times have I got through that area with no problems at all, and then 2 runs in a row, I just die. It's just so mind-numbingly frustrating.
Imagine the artifacts the Empire would have missed if it weren't for your intervention on this backwater planet.
Sure it's worth the cost? I hear Project Augur came at a high price.
Stormtroopers and workers. Expendable resources.
You're a monster.
I am what's there, me.
Your life is mine, Jedi. Die, Jedi. I'll relish killing you. Fear me. I can't fail. You are weak. I'll annihilate you.
Alright, I'm done for today.